Just like he went out there, he won't go outside and run either. I would put that on film.
I could
and
easily,
I would dust you.
I could easily beat you right now. And welcome to Get Your Popcorn Ready. It's your host, Hatch, and your boy, Clown Face. T.O.'s in the building
What's up?
as well.
Yeah, welcome to Get Your Popcorn Ready podcast. You got your host right there, Matthew Hatchett. Here's your boy, T.O.
A.K.A. Hatch, for all y'all that still ain't catching on. I'm Hatch, and this is T.O.
Yep.
So today we have Manny Santiago coming, right?
Yep. Is it Santiago or Santiago?
Santiago. No, that's horrible. That's a horrible
Terrible.
I don't know where that
Manny Santiago.
Manny Santiago coming on the show of Get Your Popcorn Ready today.
Professional skateboarder.
Yeah, he's up for the Olympics this year. He's up for the Olympics.
I didn't know that was a sport.
First year. This is the first year, 2020, that they're having skateboarding in the Olympics.
That's awesome.
And he's high in the point system right now, and they have a couple more shows or I don't even, what do you call them?
Like prelims, I don't know, prelims.
Yeah,
something
stuff
like that.
Yeah, so he can gain more points, but he's not a lock, and I hope we don't jinx him.
No, we ain't gonna jinx nobody. We always spreading positive
spreading
energy.
love, baby. Spreading love.
So I think I'll be looking forward to him making the Olympics if he makes it.
Yeah, he can go though. Like I said, he's carrying his country on his back, right? Originally from Puerto Rico, and he, like I said, loves his country, loves his people, representing anytime he can. Very positive dude, great energy. Like I said, I think we're gonna have a good show with him. Yeah.
I mean, from what I've read about him, very positive, very outgoing, flamboyant.
Yeah.
I mean, sounds like a very confident guy. I mean, multicolored hair sometimes. So there's no telling what he might come in here.
Hey, he might have yellow, pink, green, something. He's from L.A., right? Or I'm sorry, lives in L.A.
From Puerto Rico.
From Puerto Rico. We grew up in Massachusetts. So he's a big-time vegetarian. So I don't know, again.
Oh, well, he won't be eating no popcorn. I eat his.
Yeah, you might have to eat his whole box. Because he's strict with it, too. Like, he don't do the cheese.
So he's not like a L.A. vegan?
No, he don't do none of that. Like I said, he strictly sticks to it, so... but again, he's been skateboarding since the age of 14, so he's serious about it. He's been doing it 20 years, and he got his big break. I think it was 10 years ago when he became professional. So hopefully we can dig into that a little bit. But yeah, looking forward to having him on.
I can skate. I'm nice.
I don't believe it. Come on, man. We'll see. Nice. When he get here, we'll see.
I'm nice, though.
Okay, well, let's find out. So Manny Santiago coming in on Get Your Popcorn Ready.
I'm nice, dog.
Trash.
I'm an athlete.
Trash.
So yeah, for all you guys out there, subscribe to the Himalaya app or wherever you get your podcast.
That's right. Subscribe to the Himalaya app or wherever you get your podcast. Yeet.
Yep. Welcome to Get Your Popcorn Ready podcast.
Yes, sir. Welcome to Get Your Popcorn Ready here with Manny Santiago today, baby.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, man?
Chilling out here with you guys. I can't have this popcorn because I'm vegan. Okay, I think it has butter.
All right. Well,
oh, yeah.
And I'm not LA vegan, right? We talked about I'm not LA vegan. I'm real vegan.
Yeah, Manny.
What's the difference between LA vegan?
Yeah, we
and
real
vegan?
Go ahead, explain.
So people in LA, right? They vegan, but they go and eat like a pizza. They'll have like butter. They don't really look out to see if it has any dairy in it and stuff. Or
So you're a full-blown vegan.
See, I'm real vegan. See,
you said
vegan. Right, I'm real vegan. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you don't eat no dairy?
No dairy, no meat, no nothing.
Well, I guess you don't need any of that, skateboarding.
Yeah, nah.
Would you consider yourself an in-shape athlete?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, do you do other what's other condition that you do besides, of course, skating? You're on the board. You're not, physically using your legs or your arms. Or what's some other traits or some of the things you do to work out for skateboard?
No, I do all workouts strength conditioning. I do all that.
So you have to be in shape.
Skateboarding has changed.
So you have to be in shape to skateboard?
Tell it.
Yeah. Skateboarding has changed. When I first started skating, 2000, it wasn't a thing. It was more about, it was that mischiefs, punk rock or super gangster, smoking, drinking, drug,
so
it was
hippie.
That. Yeah. It's all that though. It had all genres of, you had your thug skaters who would be, smoke the L, drinking 40s, right? Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. Then you would have the punk rockers who were doing, they were drinking heavily, smoking other drugs. And then you would have the hippies who would just smoke. But that was what it was back then. There was no such thing as like taking care of yourself.
So
but
is there any difference between what you do and what like Tony Hawk does?
Well, I mean, Tony Hawk is clean. He's always been clean.
Okay.
But more like, back in the day, there was like Baker, which is like more of a piss drunks kind of vibe. They changed that. Now they're all healthy. Andrew Reynolds, he like fasts. He eats vegetables. Like he does smoothies. Like everyone's changed over the time because they realized that you don't have to keep up with an image of like being this super like hardcore, drinker or whatever to be a pro skater. Like you want to prolong your career. So, if you work out, if you eat right, if you take care of yourself, what used to be like a cap at 25, like being a pro skater to like 25 to 30, now it's like 40.
And you're how old?
I'm 34. I'm gonna be 35. Yeah.
All right. Do you feel like are you trending down on your career? Are you just getting better?
No, I haven't even
your groove.
I haven't even peaked yet, to be honest.
So
to
you're
be
not
like
even
realistic. I haven't even peaked.
So you're not in your prime as of yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I haven't even accepted the idea of like going down.
The retirement.
Right. The idea of like don't try as hard.
Right.
And it's all because of the mental attitude that I shifted. Because when I followed that path, and I didn't do drugs. I've never smoked or anything, but I did drink for like in the beginning of my pro career and stuff. And then I realized like, if I stop drinking and I become a vegetarian and like my body's gonna change, it could prolong how longer I can skate and have fun.
Prolong my career.
Yeah, and ultimately how long I could skate at the level.
So longevity is at the forefront of what you want to do.
Yes, and in skateboarding right now, a lot of the younger kids are becoming vegan. They're realizing like, different energy drink companies have like facilities that they can go to and work out, and I started implying that a long time ago because I love boxing and I love all sports. I grew up playing all sports, basketball especially, and I always took the mindset of different athletes and different sports and tried to put it into skating.
Like who's some of those athletes you would, look at and how they would work out and stuff like that? And
all boxers for one.
Okay.
Because their strength and conditioning is crazy.
Right.
Sadly, where I grew up and there was no Puerto Rican aspirations to a football athlete.
Right.
But I would watch football here and there. I'm from New England, so I grew up Patriots fan.
Absolutely. We'll give you a pass today.
Yeah,
we'll give you a pass today.
Appreciate that. But I would look into like what made successful people so successful for so long. So like I sat there when I got super into boxing. It was scary. At one point I was watching more boxing than skating.
Wow.
I remember for like a 5-day span, I had watched Floyd Mayweather's fight from 1 to at the time it was like, I think it was like 42 or something. It was around the time he fought Andre Berto or something. So it was like, I sat there and then I would watch all the 24. When I work out, I would watch the 24/7s because those got me so hyped.
Yeah.
Like all acid. Like I like to see like why you're so fast, why you can cut, why you can move, and why like what made your body do that. So I would try to implement those workouts that I would see in those all accesses and stuff like that.
So he's gonna do, when we leave this show, he's gonna research like what made me skate? You know what I mean? What made me get on that skateboard and do what I did? You know what I mean? Because he didn't think that I could do that.
I mean, that doesn't mean you're athletic though. You just had good balance. That's one thing
that's part of being an athlete.
That's 1 out of 10. So you might have me beat 1 out of 10, but the other 9 I got.
That's all I need for me to get on the skateboard.
But you're getting on the skateboard. Right. I'm not getting
exactly
on the skateboard.
Because you're not an athlete like me. That's what separates me and Manny.
That's all you got. That's all you got is balance.
Me and Manny. That's what separates us. You know what I mean? That's what me and Manny, we right here.
Not we. There's no we.
Yeah, me and Manny, we right here. You like down here, dog.
No, see what I'm saying? That's what I got to deal with, dog. So yeah, don't take nothing from his game. Anyway, so you're doing all that. So give me an example of your workouts. Like what's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday workout?
So my schedule right now.
Hold on, before you answer, is there like a skate season?
There used to be, but things have changed. So there used to be like when I first started skating the big professional contest, we would literally somewhat train skating and physical train from what was like, January till like September, right? And then those winter months, those were our time, and those leading into January were our like, okay, like now we can go skate street, we can try to go film, we can try to like relax, go to parties, like we can
so it's like your off season.
It was our off season.
So now you can answer his question about what do you do for training.
But it switched because now I don't really have an off season. Like my off season consists of like 6 weeks. That's it, and it's not even an off season because I'm still working. I'm still skating. So usually I go to Puerto Rico all of December and half of January, give or take. I have a contest that I do there for the kids. This year will be the 10th annual.
Nice.
That we give back. It's like a big festivity. You skate, you don't pay anything, you leave with something, and we have a good time.
That's called, what's that called again?
The Prince of Puerto Rico.
Yeah, Prince of Puerto Rico. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the 10th year running. That's cool.
Yeah.
And that take place in Puerto Rico?
In Puerto Rico at a different park every year. So far we haven't repeated one park yet, one skate park.
Oh, wow. That's
awesome.
That's lots and lots of parks.
Yeah, they have. Yeah.
We have tons of parks in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, and it's growing too. It's like, it's being accepted more, and especially too like where I'm at in my career. And there's another skater, Steven Pinheiro, who's a park skater. I'm a street skater, and he got second place at a contest. He medaled. He podiumed at a big contest not too long ago, and he was like put all over the news, and the Olympic Committee was like praising him, which opens the eyes to our island and to our community to go, okay, so my kid skates, that's cool. They're not giving them heat.
Yeah. Right, it's accepted.
Yeah.
More
so back to my schedule, it consists of, so Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I do two skate sessions a day, but like heavily practice, right? So I wake up, say 6:30, I make coffee, water, sit down, I read a couple books, like a couple pages from a couple books, kind of get my mind right. Then I make oatmeal, another coffee, and then whoever I'm skating with that day, or if it's at my house because I have my own skate park in my backyard.
Nice.
I go through the list of tricks that I need to do, but don't get out of those tricks. So I don't go and just go have fun and go, oh, I'm gonna do this trick too. No, I just do the tricks that I know.
On that one thing, that one
on those
craft.
tricks that run. Remember talking about 2 runs and 5 tricks. So I practiced the 2 runs. One of the runs, which is 45 seconds, with an upgraded trick, and then for the 5 tricks, I practice those tricks and I do them over and over and over.
Give me an example of over 100 times or 500
No, you
times?
can't. Physically for your joints.
Right.
Bad.
What is it?
But since I'm somewhat, not to toot my horn, I'm pretty on point right now because I've been practicing, right? So I'll do the trick 4 times in a row, right?
Nice.
But if I fall, say
Then
I'm on 3, I have to
doesn't
start.
count.
I got to start all
Nice.
over again.
Right. Yeah.
So that's what keeps you on edge to go. And on the last try of a single trick, I put myself in the zone where I go, okay, this is the one that counts. Like you need a 9.1 or you need an 8.7 or you need, that's a high score.
Competition mode.
Yeah, I put like, I picture the arena, I picture the moment,
Right.
like I need this, and then I go. Then after that, it's like around 2 hours, right? I stretch a little bit. I ice, make some
them
food.
joints,
Yeah, ice some knees and my ankles. Then I make some food. I relax for two hours, give or take. And then depending on who's skating again, if we go somewhere else or at my house, then I'll do that same thing again. And then after I do the second practice, then I'll have a little bit of fun where I'll start, after I do all my tricks and I'm like, okay, now I can like mess around because I don't want to lose the fun in it.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
And I do that Monday, Wednesday, Friday, every week. And then Tuesday, Thursday are supposed to be my off days to like rehab. But I do workouts in the morning, which consist of, get all warmed up. I was running a mile before everything, but now I've realized I don't need to do that because it's taking a lot of
On your joints.
on my joints,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So I just do 20 minutes on a bike where it like goes up and down. Then I do 3 sets of like 20 push-ups, sit-ups, ball tosses, crunches, leg lifts, squats, band resistance, and I go through all that. And then I have like a freezer in my garage that I turn into an ice bath, a permanent ice bath.
Nice. Yeah.
So it's at 40 degrees at all times. Yeah. It has the
Nice.
temperature cutoff switch that I built in.
Okay.
And so then I get in that for 10 minutes.
Nice.
So just thinking from your training, because now, like I said, I'm trying to get in your world, and obviously, like I said, to perfect that, and like I said, to be in front of a lot of people, you have to perform. So when I'm thinking of like workouts, for like sake of balance, what workouts do you do in the gym that I guess emulates or simulates balance on a skateboard? Is it like Bosu kind of workouts? Do you like bands, things of that nature?
Bands, yeah.
Things of that nature.
Band squats so that you fight the resistance and the burn. Right. So when you do the duck walk and you're banded at the knees and the ankles and you're going backward, forward, side to side. So in skateboarding, for the balance of the trick, really, it comes with the skating. So as you're skating, you're working out all those little tiny muscles that you don't ever use.
Smaller intrinsic muscles. Yeah, absolutely.
So I try to do as much as I can, but those are already activated while I'm skating. So I don't. What I need to work on is more my explosiveness, right? And then
So
the
you're-
endurance in the legs.
Yeah,
So
fast twitch, explosive.
yeah. So like if I'm doing like a 45-second run, this is where it's really important, right? And I'm like cruising through the course, and realistically you're not noticing, but you're going trick after trick, and you're putting so much fatigue on your legs that by the time you get to the last trick, which is actually the most vital trick because that's what ends your song, right? Like end on a high note.
Right.
You got to make sure that your legs are rock solid. So what I'll do is since it's 45-second runs, I'll do like 2-minute like squat holds, so that at a minute and 30, I'm like chilling. So at 45, easy peasy. So
you guys have music to your runs?
Yeah, you can choose, but usually I listen to one headphone.
Okay, so you skate with your headphones on.
Yeah,
okay.
I try to skate with one to be cautious of the people on the course when we're practicing, but also as a respect for like if a colleague, right, or if a fan yells something nice, you know, and you're like, look at her, thank you, right? But still zone in because music is what drives me. Music drives me. A lot of the times in contests where I choose not to listen to music and I do poorly, right, when I do, I'll get messages from my friends who know me very well and go, stop being an idiot.
Right. Yes.
Put your headphones on. Yeah. You know, when you skate with your headphones, like you're unstoppable. Like in a sense, you're unstoppable to yourself. Like you're happy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're happy and you're really like willing to do whatever. So I always.
So there's no rule against you using the headphones or anything like that.
We'll see
will
at the
there be
Olympics.
In the Olympics this year though? Will there be?
Yeah, in the Olympics we don't really. It's funny because there's so many rules we don't even know about. Right, like even like for instance sponsorship. We know that no logo can be bigger than 10 centimeters, and we know that you can't like if the product isn't out like 6 weeks prior, you can't use it. Right. It's like a bunch of little things like that, but since it's the first year, everything is slowly fine tuning, right? It's like okay, we can do this, we can't do that. And we'll see. It's pretty wild right now. Like I don't even.
So the goal to get to this 2020 Olympics, right? So are you gonna skate under the U.S. or Puerto Rican?
I mean, anybody knows me.
Should I say?
Anybody
where your
knows
heart
me,
is.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna represent my people, my island.
Nice.
It's what I've always done. Yep. Like even when I skated X Games like earlier in my career, like it would have the U.S. flag, but it will say Puerto Rico. You know, it just.
And I'm sure that means a lot to you and obviously like your country to go represent that you're like on the biggest stage.
Yeah, to represent who I am and what I become is it's deeply rooted from where I'm from. And that is that beautiful island that has taken over this world by storm. Like all the Latin music created comes from that island. All reggaeton music, a lot of the Spanish music comes solely from that small island.
When he says that, it makes me think of J-Lo for some reason. I don't know. For whatever reason he was saying that, it made me think J-Lo.
Yeah, all of the performance, like it's crazy. Like it's the fact that I can be able to put my flag on such a big stage alongside the people that I grew up admiring, or someone like J-Lo or Mark Anthony or Bad Bunny or Felix Trinidad or Miguel Cotto, you know, that alone like makes my hair stand up. Right now I got like all the goosebumps.
Right. Yeah.
But as a kid, I've always seen that. Like I've always been like, I want to represent the idea that you can. Like I was telling you.
Absolutely.
Like, and what I realized too is like not only is it for Puerto Rico, it's for every Latin kid or girl around the world that is like, wow, if he can, then I can. Absolutely. And that means more to me. And I appreciate everything, you know, the opportunities that have come because we moved to the United States when I was a kid. But I'm not the United States of America.
Right.
You know, I'm a young Puerto Rican man.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, with a lot of flair.
Yeah. Right. You're the people's champ, right? The entertainer from what I hear.
Yeah. So just listening to you, I mean, obviously there's a number of skaters. What separates like you from the other skaters? Is there like a ranking?
Oh, there is point wise and respect wise, like in any other sport. But what makes me different, I feel like, even though I don't like to like compare, you know, apples or oranges, right? Is that I just having fun. That's like awesome. I put in the hard work when time is serious, I do that, and realizing every time it's been. Going on 20 years I've been skating. I'm a professional now, like this month for 10 years actually.
Wow! Congratulations!
Thank you.
Awesome. Get your popcorn ready.
Yeah, get it ready and eat it. But yeah, it's that I'm having a good time. I'm out there, I'm laughing, enjoying, and still serious though. Like I have my moments where I'm like, okay, like focus, trick. Okay, forget the crowd, forget the noise. You do this every day, every park. for the last 20 years. Like, this is you right now. And I promise you, in the aspect of my career in skating, aside from street skating, because that's a whole nother world, filming in the streets and stuff, like in those moments when you land that trick, like it's like the world stands still. The noise becomes a song, and you're full with all this like love and energy that, like, if you could blast off like Superman in that moment, you would.
Absolutely.
Right. You know, like, and it, you
like
look up.
A touchdown base, like, you know what I'm
exactly.
saying? That moment. It's all
yeah,
about
you
that moment.
spin the ball and you, ooh, you know, like that's exactly what it is. It's a beautiful feeling, and I feel like that's what I do best, is that I show how much fun you can have in a competitive atmosphere.
And go back to when you became professional. Like, how did that happen? And, like, you know, what was the moment like that day you got your first professional contract?
Well, the way it works in skating is you skate for companies, you're sponsored, you're an amateur skater or a flow skater. You can jump from amp to pro if you become insane in 6 months, right? But like you have to be like, you know, needle in a haystack. Right.
It's
rare.
That would be me. Like
something like what you did today, right?
No, don't tell him that, dog. Dog, don't tell him that. He's not.
Game recognizes game, dog. So real recognizes real.
So Manny, you blind, huh? Now you blind. You can't see what I see. You can't see what I see.
Disrespect you that quick, dog. Me and you, we vibe. We on the same level, though.
There's no we, man. It's just him, you, and I.
That's it.
We get it. You know what I mean? Me and Manny vibe, dog.
Oh,
we vibe.
That, dog.
So
no, go ahead.
In skating, how it works is you either film, because how it started, skateboarding was not about contests. Skateboarding is about what you do in the streets, video parts, tricks, the effort that you go to put in the work to make you either stand out or something similar to a peer. And at the time, I'd already had a couple video parts, and I was already known within my peers and other pro skaters for the tricks I was telling you. I'm known for the flipping into rails and tricks that nobody thinks of, intergrinds and stuff like that. And I ended up skating, it was like an invite pro contest at a trade show, right? So it's like all the companies are there, all the team managers, all the executives for skate brands, the team riders. And they were like, okay, we're going to do a best trick on this 7th stair, or was that the 8th stair. And on the 8th stair, there was 2 what we call hubbas, which is like not a handrail, but more like a ledge going down. And they put a fence at the bottom. So if you were to grind, your wheel can hit the fence.
Okay.
So it makes it super dangerous, right? It was actually a little lower. So it makes it super dangerous. And something told me, like, this is the time. But then I'm like, well, this is the time. But you're like, the best competitive skateboarders in the world, except Paul Rodriguez was there. Chris Cole, Ryan Sheckler, Nigel Houston, everyone was there. Tori Pudwill. And what I did was put my headphones in. And weirdly, so I was listening to Nicki Minaj for the moment. You know that song, right?
Oh,
which is very positive, and I had on repeat for 30 minutes. I went through every single trick I could do, like the hardest tricks that I could do in 30 minutes on that hubba. And knowing what other people were doing, right? But I had the crowd going the loudest, because at this point I had done like something like, not even exaggerated, like 20 tricks. Wow. Right? And people are trying one trick for 30 minutes. And I'm just like rifling them off. Like, I'm like, this is the moment I was built for, because this is my obstacle. This is what I do.
You're showcasing.
So I'm like, bam, 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 doing tricks that nobody's doing all my tricks. And one kid had tried to jump over the bar and do like a late, like, so he like ollied and like tried to do like a late trick, like midair, landed, and this is right before it ended, hit his head, knocked unconscious. The whole contest stopped. There was like 30 seconds left. And they're like wheeling him off, making sure he's okay. And they're like, all right, man, you have one, like everyone has one more try. And I think I was the last one to go. And I did what's called the big spin blunt slide, which is
what's that? Yeah.
So let me see my phone. I'll show you my phone. So if like this is the hubba, I'm riding up backside, I do like a front shove, blunt slide, pop out, right? And land it, first try.
And people usually don't do that with the first try.
And with that pressure in the atmosphere stopped. Yeah. This kid just almost died.
Right.
And you come out and do it
on top of everything, because they extended the best trick, because they wanted Chris Cole to win, which is one of my friends, and he always wins. He wins everything at that time.
Right.
And it was at his house, his park.
Wow.
And I'm like, man.
You was
I'm like,
the away team.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm all, man, I got to do this right now.
Yeah.
And yeah, I did it, and I was the amateur at that time, and I just beat all the pros. So I win the contest, I get the money, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, wow, this is crazy. It's on Thrasher. Thrasher covered it.
Yeah.
Thrasher magazine. Shout out Tony Vitello, my dog.
There it is. Shout out Thrasher.
Yeah. And I remember 2 months later was Tampa Am, like the biggest amateur contest. So I'm like, after I get the money and I'm chilling, I'm so happy. I'm like, I can't believe I just won. This is crazy. So I'm like talking to my mentor at the time, Felix, and I'm like, Lick, so like, what's the plan for Tampa? We're gonna go, like, and he looked at me. He's like, what do you mean? Are we gonna go? He's like, you just won. You just beat all the top pros in the world. Right. He's like, you going out like Jordan. We're turning you pro. And I'm like, what? And I was
It's
just
almost like an automatic.
Yeah, it was
hit.
like boom. And then we designed my board, and then we went to Tampa Pro, which I leave for tomorrow.
Nice.
And after the contest, we revealed the board, and I threw it into the crowd.
That's all right.
that's dope.
That's a
Yeah.
great feeling, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was
right
crazy.
there.
So that's basically
crazy.
our draft day.
Yeah.
You know, like when we get drafted,
Right,
you're
right.
going through
Exactly.
this whole process, but it's
Exactly.
not legitimate until we get drafted to an NFL team. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's all right, right?
I
there.
mean,
That's
for
a
you
great
guys, it's
story.
way. I've seen the drafts. So you
Well,
you
but
guys
that's
is
now
way,
though. When we got drafted, it was just a phone call. There was
Right.
no draft party back in the late '90s.
No.
there was no
Yeah.
draft party.
no room.
No.
Oh, were you in the? You would be in the living
Well,
room with
you
your
got to
family,
be
though.
like, if you're one of the top guys, top picks,
20
then you get
maybe back
invited.
in the day
Right, you
to
get
New
invited
York.
to New York.
Yeah.
So you kind of automatically know if you get invited, you're getting drafted.
Yeah,
Right,
you know.
right.
9 times out of 10.
And
you
back
getting drafted.
so back then it was more like you'd be in the living room with your family.
I was
right
I
by
was
the
in-
phone.
I was,
I was. Yeah, where were you at?
I was at college. I was in campus. I was on campus.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. I was sitting in my
'Cause I
little
didn't-
apartment. I didn't. Again,
Yeah.
I could have got drafted or I could have went undrafted. I was a 7th round draft pick.
Yeah.
You know, back in the day.
But
and
still,
I was
congratulations.
Thank you,
You made
brother.
it, bro.
Hey,
Yeah.
different, changed my life. So, but I was just sitting there, and I remember the day before because it had 2 days back in the day. Had 1st through 3rd, and then it had 4 through 7. So on the first
Right,
day,
right.
nobody called me because I wasn't going 1 through 3. And then on the second day, on that morning, like everybody started calling me, like the Rams, the Cowboys, the Chiefs, the Vikings. and
Calling you?
calling me, just saying,
We may have.
we
you-
may have to, we might draft you in
Right.
the 6th round or the 7th round, and we're looking at a corner, we're looking at a receiver.
How does that even work though? Like, how do you get? So it's like, hey, we might get you. Hey, we might get you.
Yeah,
Hey, like,
yeah. And you just hang up and
what's-
you sit
Because you
back
have
and-
it, you have an
you don't
agent.
know.
So as you go through like individual workouts, we have pro days and things of that nature. I know I did. I'm
I
not
didn't have
sure.
a pro day though.
Yeah,
But go
so
ahead,
they came to my school or whatever. So I had like some individual workouts or
Yeah, I
whatever.
had
You do like the
individual
shuttle, you
workouts,
do
yeah.
the 40-yard, some things like that, just to kind of see where you are. I guess
Mm-hmm.
you know, like they do change of directions, kind of measure your skill
Their
set.
numbers and all, like
Right.
Like
what's your 40
what
time?
right now they have the NFL
Combine.
The
It's the
combine.
same-
So this is
Same
everything.
thing.
This is pre
Combine.
before the combine.
and pre-invited to the ballroom where
Yeah,
everybody sits down
yeah.
and is all
Right.
suited up.
This is all individual
Right.
stuff. back
So
then.
so I mean, depending on your draft status, like you said, you could be like you said 1 through 3 or 4 through 7 or whatever
Mm-hmm.
the case may be. You kind of ideally know, based on what you did in your college career,
stats and what you
things
did
of
in
that
college,
nature,
yeah.
and then your agent too. They're talking to GMs, they're talking to the teams or what have you. So they're kind of getting. He kind of
Gauging
gives
you.
you an idea of kind of where you may be drafted. But again, like I said, that's not. It's
not for sure. It's
It's
not
not
guaranteed.
indefinite. You know what I mean?
You
'Cause-
got so that's like 2 days of like
yeah.
like it has
Yeah,
to be.
I don't think I
pressure.
was nervous. I was just
Yeah.
like, if they call me,
You were like,
it's on. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
because you don't know.
True, but I mean, like with that excitement is what I'm saying. Like you must
Yeah.
be there, like you're like ordering pizza and you're like watching TV and you're like with your friend and you're like. And
Well,
you're-
for me, it wasn't that way because, like I said, if you're like 1 through, if you're going to be drafted in like the 1st or 2nd round, I think that's where I think that the anticipation is higher.
yeah, true,
You know
true.
what I mean? And you kind of
Did you know where you were supposed to get drafted?
Yeah, because like I said, my
You were
agent
getting
basically told me
slotted.
based on. So I went to the Senior Bowl, one of the bowl games or what have
yeah,
you.
you
So,
was the Senior Bowl.
So just on all the GMs being there, what have you, sometimes they say you don't really necessarily have to go to the combine because they're seeing you on an everyday basis. They're basically assessing you, right there.
They already know.
So
kinda.
in the Senior Bowl for me, my draft status went up because they got to see me up close versus all
Versus
the other
better
competition,
too.
all the other
The other
competition. So they
pros.
had the Michigans, the Penn States there, the Auburns, the receiver at all these bigger schools. Then it's kind of like, okay, how do you stack up against these guys? And these guys like played in like front of hundreds and thousands of guys. And so again, I was able to kind of up my draft stat, improve my draft status during that week.
So you did what I did.
That day.
Yeah.
That day was
you did what
his week.
you
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Not because I'm not a fan of this man, but you went there and trumped him.
The moment.
Yeah, I didn't know what I was doing.
You knew what you were doing. You
No,
know
I
that.
did, 'cause
He was trying to do it.
Yeah, I was just basically just
Doing your job.
just being. I was fortunate even just to be invited to the Senior Bowl. You know what I mean? Considering, like I said, I didn't have a great collegiate
Small
career.
school.
Like I
Small
said,
school
he
guy.
went to
You
a small
didn't
school.
even-
I went to a small school, so I was fortunate, just to be, be there at the Senior Bowl.
I mean, we have a lot in common too, because in a sense,
Exactly.
right? Like, it wasn't like it wasn't like I was at that time sponsored by big companies either.
Right.
So for me to turn pro for smaller brands, it was like a bigger deal for like in the moment, right? Because at that time I was skating for my mentor's board company. I had quit Tony Vitello's company to ride for Ammo, which was Felix's company.
Okay.
Because he did so much for me. He put me on Famous Stars and Straps. So I was like traveling the world with Travis here and there and doing tours and following Blink-182, and we had a skate team. So when he started his brand, I'm like you're my boy, you're like a father figure to me. Like, if you're gonna start this brand, I'm gonna rock with you.
I'm with you, yeah.
Right.
So then he ended up turning me pro for his company,
awesome.
like years later. So it was like a weird, like I did, like you guys, like smaller schools, it was like smaller brands. So it was like when I did, then after that, Blossom, I skated for Rockstar Energy Drinks for a while. I skate for Echo now. It's been a blessing.
That's awesome, man.
And other brands.
Is Echo the biggest company that you skate for? Or is that what you
yes,
consider that the
yes,
biggest? Okay.
yeah.
What do those checks look like? Like now that you getting paid to do something you love is a big difference than just doing it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So
I mean,
it's like, how is the money kind of broken down in that sport?
Right now in skating, only like, to be honest, only like 4 to 5, and that's even being generous. 5%, not even. That's bullshit. It's like 2% of skaters make real money.
Yeah, I mean that's
Like-
the same with the NFL. Everybody thinks that everybody in the NFL makes $20 million. No, you have 5 players on every team making like your $15 million or more. Everybody else is like a $5 million or less type of player.
Yeah, and skating is way less than that.
Yeah, of course. Right.
But it's just like that. So I was blessed to also got mentored by Paul Rodriguez Jr. for a while. Because he was already, when I had met him, which is funny because he's someone I idolized growing up. He was one of the Latin skaters that I saw as a kid, was like, wow, I could be like this man. And I love this style, I love this tricks. I love everything about his career was like the most perfect. So when I got to meet him, I'm a type of person that if I meet you and I like you and I idolize you and I respect you, like I'm gonna be myself and I'm gonna give you your roses while you're alive. I'm gonna give you your credit. I'm gonna be like, you're the man. Right. Like what you've been able to done for something that I love. Like I don't care. Like call it fanning out with you, whatever it is.
Right.
Like you're the man. You did it. Like I admire you. Like, and then we're friends, and we would get drunk, and I'd really fan out.
He can't do that. You know what I'm saying? You want my autograph, T? You don't see what I'm saying?
Speaking on that, so do you have are there like any? Because everybody has like almost like that hero villain, personality in the sport. So are there like any like arrogant skaters?
Who's the TO in the skate world? That's what he
that means they're good. Like who is like who are the? Well, I know you're the TO. You're like the TO.
He's the entertainer.
I'm the happy. Okay.
But you're like
put in the work,
right?
Yeah.
So again, it's almost a 2-part question. But like I'm sure you have, you may have guys like you eye and you think, okay, this guy. I mean, for me, I don't really. It depends on your interaction with the guy or your encounter. You know what I mean? Until you actually know a person. Because there's a fine line between being competent and arrogance.
No, facts. In skating right now,
and you ain't got. I mean, it's not throwing.
No, I don't mind.
On the bus or anything like that.
I
You're
speak,
just being truthful.
Yeah, I'm not one to hold my tongue, and that has gotten me in trouble internally in skateboarding. And I've gotten messages like, "Why did you say that?" or "Why did you tweet that?" And it's like I'm just being real. Like, what you see is what you get. I'm not gonna be fake to you. I'm not gonna be fake to your face. I'm not gonna like. That's it. Like this is it. Bam. Manny Santiago. Like me. Yeah. Like me or hate me. Like it is what it is. Like But in our community of skateboarding, he's not the villain, but he has gotten a lot of not so as of late, but in the past, it would be Nigel Houston. But the thing is,
Nigel Houston.
Yeah, but he's not bad. He's not bad, and it's just like he's so good, right? And skillful, and for so long.
Right.
that skateboarding didn't like that. Not me, skateboarding.
Yeah, so they're looking for somebody to
they were just trying to pick him apart, right?
Right.
And it's like the kid had a hard upbringing, and he battled through it. He made it through skateboarding, has made the most contest money out of all the skateboarders ever, and is still continuing to do really well, and helped his family, buying a house for his mom, making sure his sisters is going to school, like enjoying his life. So if skateboarding at one point painted a villain, it would be him, but he's not. He's just, people hate greatness, and they don't
what he does.
Yeah, and they don't like to give people the credit, and
especially when you're on top for a long period of time.
That's what I'm saying. That's how they are with us, dog. You know what I mean?
Us. You said us. You mean us?
Not
Us.
me
I
and
can't be in the
Manny.
us. See, now there's
Me
no
and
us.
Manny
You
and
said
Nigel,
us. Now I can't be in the
You can't even
us.
skate. You can't even skate.
Hater.
But he's good, and I feel like if the community, right, as skaters, uplifted him, right, collectively, and gave him his credit, we'd be able to, and I say we because even though I still am part of it, right? So we'd be able to put him where he should be. Like, he realistically should be like everywhere because of what he's done for so long. Like, he is our LeBron James. Like, so like this is how it is. So Eric Costin, the way I see it from when I started skating in my generation, Eric Costin, who is the best skateboarder in the world to me, is our Jordan, right? Paul Rodriguez is our Kobe, rest in peace. Mama mentality forever. He actually, he awoke into something in me. And it's sad, you know. And then Nyjah is the LeBron James. It's the same thing, right? When Kobe was coming up, like, he got like a tiny bit of kind of a crooked eye. People were like, oh, this guy, right? But then they loved him.
Right.
But they loved him, and it was love.
Yes.
Unless you were the Celtics, right?
Of course.
Right. But it was love. His whole career was love because he put in that work. That's Paul, right?
Okay.
Paul.
Yeah.
Paul went to Nike, which was weird at the time because Nike wasn't,
didn't have
right?
skaters,
So then people were like, oh, but then Paul was like, Paul being Paul and everything he brought to the table, people were like, man, this is dope. And then Paul, he paved the way for Nike to be in skateboarding, and it's amazing what he's done and is continuing to do. Now he's acting and doing a bunch of cool stuff. He's about to be in a show on Netflix for Selena, so shout out to Paul for that. Yeah,
Shout out to Paul.
Yeah.
So is there like with all these great skaters, is there like a Hall of Fame for skating?
There is.
To like really recognize your top,
or is there a top 100?
Dude.
I think this is a sore subject. This is a very sore subject.
Because if there is, then
he gonna say
we won't be in it.
He wants to be
we
included.
won't be in it if there's a top 100.
It's terrible that he wants to be included. But it's actually
Misery loves company.
But it's actually a compliment to me because they wouldn't be talking about who's not in there if it wasn't for me.
Facts. Now he's supposed to be in it.
We always have fun.
Yeah.
But he wants to be included.
Trust me,
I was in my Hall of Fame.
I watched
was in high school Hall of Fame and my college Hall of Fame. Just because I didn't make the NFL Hall of Fame don't mean I was a bum.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we had to research that.
Wow.
The fact that you're in the NFL is kudos.
Well, thank you.
A lot of people, a lot of people like it's skating. Like it, for people to get to where we're at, it's like people try their whole lives and they don't make it.
Yeah.
They give up or something happens. So, life, right? So I'm blessed. I think about all the time when I find myself sometimes complaining about little things. Then I'm like,
why? Yeah. Why? Don't
then I like, I'll be in my backyard and I'm like, I got a full-on skate park. Right, I'm in my house. I'm like looking at my trophies. I'm like happy. My son's good. I'm like, you know what?
You got son? How old is your son? Your kids?
7. He's gonna be 8.
And he's skating.
He does. It's crazy. He does everything. He loves sports, football, baseball. He's really good at basketball. He's 7.
Nice.
And he skates when he wants.
And so it's like recreation for him.
And when I visit him, I don't even bring my board. Or do I go, hey, let's go skate in the front yard? I'm like, oh, you want to go to the skate park? And he's like, yeah, and we'll go on the bikes and we'll ride around in the bikes.
Nice. Okay.
So all these kids who know me, right, that recognize me, they're like, why is Manny on a mountain bike in the skate park? And I'm just like jumping around. Right.
And that's you being a father. That's your father-son time.
Yeah.
Which is sometimes, like I said, it's, we as parents, we don't really get a lot of recognition.
Yeah.
I know,
parent,
especially black dads anyway.
Yeah.
We don't, and people of color, dads of color, we don't really get that recognition for spending time with our kids.
And athletes too. Like my son doesn't live here in LA, so I I try to see him every 3 months, or now it's been really hectic, so it's been longer than that because of my schedule.
Puerto Rico?
He lives in Oregon.
Oh, in Oregon?
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. So at least the flight's short.
Yeah.
And his parents are really cool. I stay with his mom and his stepdad, and I stay with them in the house, and it's a cool vibe.
Oh,
Nice.
whoa.
They're awesome, yeah, and they're sports. Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
yeah. We've made it to the point where
That's beyond co-parenting.
we yeah.
Dude, what the hell? Whoa.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Whoa.
Yeah. We can
use
do
some.
See,
Whoa.
this
God darn it, get your popcorn ready.
A
We are
good
coming to
relationship
y'all right
with your
now.
baby mama is foreign to T.
Yeah. No,
So-
it was hard at first. We went through our hoops.
Right, you're gonna go through the drama.
God, you
wish-
stay at the house with your baby mama, stepdaddy, and your
and the
kid.
kid.
And their kids, yeah.
See,
Yeah.
he,
Boy,
And-
let me shake your
see what I'm
hand.
saying?
Yeah.
He would need like 15 houses for him to do that because he got 15 kids.
Man.
but
Man, I'm gonna shoot you. Kill yourself, dude. This dude, he doesn't have any kids.
You know?
Not yet, brother.
I'm kinda
Not yet.
jealous.
It'll,
of
co-
him.
it'll
I'm
come at
kinda
the right
You know,
time.
it's like that we have the
Dog,
exact same different
Manny, when he-
opposite perspectives.
That's
'cause
funny.
He's got
And
a
when
lot
he
and I
had,
have-
I hope he has triplets.
Why you got
Or what? Or 9? Was it the
Sextuplets.
octuplets or something?
Yeah.
8 at a time?
Dude, I want him to have like multiple at one time.
Because he's a hater. See, if I were to have 10 at one time, I still wouldn't have more than him.
Oh,
You see what I'm saying?
Dude, you
I
need to
still-
stop telling tales like that, man. Quit.
I'm just
Dude,
saying.
I have
It's-
6 kids, man. Stop it.
I'm just saying. It's
Stop
all in fun. It's all in fun.
Yeah, but I
People
hope you.
were not
Shout out-
serious.
Shout
mine
out to
is
your
not in fun.
kids.
I hope you have more than. I hope you have multiple kids on one rip.
I mean, I don't. There's not twins. I think twins don't have. They have to be in the family, right? They have to be in like your past in order for you to have twins.
yeah.
I don't think nowhere. In
oh,
my
like
family,
genetics.
None?
Yeah. I don't think nowhere in my family
Well,
we
it
have
depends
twins.
on her family too. It's
then
not just
she-
you.
Whoever. Yeah. Facts. I mean,
It's all about you.
it's all about. It's all
It
about
ain't
me.
just
It's all
about you.
It's always about
It's
you.
all
It
about
can
me.
run in her family.
True.
But yeah, it's cool. They're really rad. They play. His dad is he refs basketball games and coaches their team, and
Nice.
he's very active. They do CrossFit. His family owns a CrossFit gym. My son does CrossFit. Like Beast is in the gym.
Oh, awesome.
He's an
okay.
athlete all the way
Oh,
around.
No,
so he's gonna be somebody. I'm gonna look
Yeah.
out for you. What's your
Yeah.
son's name?
Ocean.
Ocean.
Ocean Santiago?
Ocean David Santiago. Yeah.
Oh,
Ocean
I
David.
like that
That's-
name.
that's
Ocean.
smooth.
Oh,
Yeah. You know.
Oh, yeah.
That's an entertainer's name, though.
Yeah.
You
Just
see what I'm saying?
the way I see it is like if there's gonna be a spawn of me,
It's got to be.
it can't be a Manny, right? But I want you to always remember his name. And the most
like that.
the most beautiful, powerful, and mysterious thing on our planet is the ocean.
Metaphoric about that ocean.
Ocean.
Yeah.
Like that
Connects
yeah,
all.
Ocean. Yeah, that's something.
Yeah.
That's really real about that. So being who you are in your country, Puerto Rico,
Yeah.
and obviously your stature, do you have or have you considered or anybody talk about doing a Manny Santiago park? I know
Yeah.
you got one in
Interesting.
your backyard, and there are
Right,
a
right.
number. But yeah, I mean,
Might
I would
as
think
well.
that somebody like of your stature, and from what I'm learning, that you're big, like you're that guy.
And you
Yeah.
have the Prince of Puerto Rico already.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can do
yeah,
it at
yeah.
Your own
Right.
park.
Like
Yeah.
like, if it hasn't been done, how do we get
How
a
do we get it
Manny
done?
Santiago
I mean,
skate park? We
it's-
need to sign up. We need a petition, something.
I think he's in my text. I think he's in my text. Right now, so for the last 10 years, the goal in PR when we did the Prince of PR was always to we go to the park and it's the old park, we rebuild something. We leave something.
Nice, yep.
Right? And then that's always been the goal, so that we try to do as much as we can. As of recently, a amazing opportunity came up to do like there's gonna be like an extreme resort getaway at a hopefully it's gonna go through at a naval base.
It will.
It'll be surfing, skating, fishing. It'll be everything. Yoga. It'll be like a escape within an escape.
Okay.
For people to go and practice, and there'll be gyms.
Outdoorsy stuff,
Yeah,
right,
and
right.
everything will be like tended to like, so the skate area will be like, there'll be like the lodge will be like skate, the surf will be surf. Maybe there'll be everything. The goal is to have everything so that people can go there year round and train. And there's houses there. There's a bunch of houses they're gonna fix up and everything.
That's cool.
So we plan to do an indoor and outdoor park, and then a whole street league there.
Nice. And that will it be called the Manny Park, or how are you trying to put your name on it? Or
I
why
mean,
wouldn't you? Dude?
I mean,
it's,
yeah.
it's big. It's more. It's more than you.
Yeah,
Just the park,
I'm
but
part of the project.
Right. Tell them to
pro-
stop playing and put your name on it.
and that's the goal. It'd be cool. You know what? Is crazy as it sounds, right? Like imagine having like the little bronze statue with the board, right?
Yeah.
He
He has a statue in front of the 49ers stadium.
Yeah.
See?
They have like a kind of like a museum.
Yeah, like a play, or something, like or just something like a little, like frame on the wall where it's like the bronze, like kind of 3D, where you're like, I don't know, it'd be cool. I mean, my goal is always since day one, as I saw the opportunity, was to put Puerto Rico on the map, but also help the skaters from there. I've tried to help mentor skaters in the past from there, and right now I have one of the youngins. His name's Rio Batang, and he won my contest 3 years in a row. So no one's ever done that. So I took him out. He can't skate anymore. I'm like, look,
awesome.
you got to give the opportunity to somebody else. And now he's here in Cali with me, and he's up in the runnings for the Olympics as well. And
nice.
I try to, he's young, and I'm trying to mentor as much as I can within.
Giving back, man.
Yeah. Cool. Well, try to help him as much as I can without being, too much of a father figure. Because as many times I want to smack in the back of the head, right? I can't, because he's also my friend, and I want him.
You can give him some tough love.
Oh no, he gets some tough love. He took on all the chores in the house. Like it used to be divided. Now it's just like if you go in the kitchen, it's his name, and you open the paper, and it's like.
Earn your stay.
Yeah. But he's a good kid. He's very stylish, and he has a bright future on whatever fashion, because he likes fashion too. He's very fashionable. Or skating, whatever route he decides, I back it. Just like with my son, I don't. I just know that I want to help him as much as I can. So.
I mean, the more it's always it feels better to help.
Yeah. And I have this with him too, where I'm like, we're really competitive. Like literally in the backyard, like he'll be skating, he'll try a trick, and I'll just go and do it, and then he'll be like. And then if
you out there showing off.
Yeah,
you see him do something, you're like, you just go
show you how to do this, young fella.
You perfect it. Yeah, but that's good. That's motivation.
Yeah, just like because I tell him, I'm like, look, I want to pass my torch on to you. If you want to accept that challenge, he knows it's a big shadow to fill. He knows it's a big torch to carry from what I've done for my career and I'm continuing to do. But I want him to be that.
Absolutely.
He's a good kid. He's got good parents. His dad got him like this, and it's just I just want him to feel this. That athlete successful.
So you
vibe.
just do everything. Yeah. Manny slays all.
You know what's funny? That used
Where's
to that
Manny the Slayer?
Where does that come from? Manny slays all. So you just do everything.
Yeah. Well, at the time when I got that name, it was actually it's funny. This is the third time I mentioned him, but Tony Vitello, and I skated for his company.
You be slaying a lot of chicks. Is that where it is?
No. But I'm gonna get to what you're saying though. I'm gonna get to what you're saying. So
Manny slays Puerto Rico.
I'm gonna tell you what people probably are thinking watching this. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, I know our audience out there. They probably like Manny slays all. They was like, I know the chicks. They probably listening. Like, let me see. Let me listen to what he's talking about here.
So at the time when I got that, it was. I'm very hands-on with everything I do. So when I wrote for
Think,
that
women, he's hands-on.
He got you.
Hands-on.
He got you, man. On that one, baby.
He did. So I was, I was skating and I was designing graphics and I was blogging at the time before blogging was a thing in skating, and I would do everything. So when I told Tony, I was like, hey, let me run the blog at the Think Skateboards website. He was, all right, cool. Give me a week. We'll set it up. Give you a name. Like, you sign in and do it. I'm like, cool. Then I get an email, and it's a whole website already built. It's like Manny slays all. And I write him back and I'm like, what is this? He's like, no, dude, you slay all, like you do everything and blah, blah. And I'm like, it sounds so arrogant. And he's like, not when you look at it from this perspective. And he just sold me.
Not you.
He's like, this is why, and this is good marketing and blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I ran with it, did the website, it was very successful, and people, then I changed everything, my Facebook, my Instagram, my YouTube channel, everything at the time was Manny Says All, and then
so you just embraced it.
Yeah, but then when I would have to do this, when people are like, hey, we need to update your billing information, what's your email? And it's like a lady. Right? And I'm like, and then I just say Manny, and then I go SLAYSALL, and then you hear like she's typing it. And then she's just like, and I'm like, it's not a porn, it's nothing bad, it's nothing like that. Like, it's
classic.
Just, it's
the moment.
Yeah. But I've gotten that a lot. Or when people don't know me, right? And they're like they see my Instagram, whatever, and they're looking at me all crazy. And then like after 10 minutes, they're like, I don't understand. And I'm like, dude, it's
a long story.
long story. Yeah.
Manny slays all here on Get Your Popcorn Ready, baby.
I'm
Manny
not slaying this
Santiago.
popcorn, though. I'm not slaying it. It got butter,
But
baby.
it got butter. He can't slay
I'll
the butter,
slay it
dog.
for you.
He can't slay the butter. Look, man. So I heard you got us brought us some gifts, huh?
Yes.
young fella? Okay.
So I got a company with a couple of my friends called Highland Pico, which is
Okay. Explain what's Highland Pico.
it's a water bottle company.
Okay.
Insulated so your water stays cold or it stays hot.
Is that something that
How long
you
does
guys?
it stay cold? 24 hours?
Yeah. Stays actually colder than that.
Stays hot, stays cold,
Yeah. So we got
stays
two
with
colors.
you.
Yeah.
Marketing.
Boom.
Highland Peak. Hydration.
Yeah. But it's good for skaters too, right? We're always buying water at 7-Eleven or all these, right? And it's like we're wasting, it's like pollution, like sadly plastic water bottles. We're trying to help reduce the plastic, plastic water bottle.
This is your brand. Who
yeah.
you with?
Oh,
Yeah,
actually,
Echo.
that's Echo. Okay.
Yeah.
He
Echo.
don't know nothing about fashion, dog. I'll get him straight.
You see, hey,
Don't
man,
even
look at
trip.
him and look at me.
Don't even.
You already
Only
know.
reason your
you
your
only
hoodie is relevant because of Kobe's on it.
Hey.
It's not you. It's the hoodie. You
Hey,
know what
but
I'm saying?
it's how you rock it. That's all that matters. I look
on,
good
man.
in it. That's all that matters.
It's a nice hoodie. Not gonna lie, it's a good color.
It's all good. And
I'm bright. I like bright, right?
I see you with the green hair. Come in here with the green hair.
Yeah. And then
Got
Fortune.
us a board.
Yeah,
Right?
Fortune Skateboards is a company with my friend Brett Conti, and then that's Bria Murphy, Eddie Murphy's daughter's artwork.
So right here, this Bria Murphy.
Yeah.
Yep, she
So
did
this
the
is
art.
this is the art we did. We put this out for her art show with Art Us. With Who Has It, and it.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Shout out
it was
to
cool.
Fortune.
It was
Shout out to Bria Murphy.
Yeah. Shout out to Bria. Good show. Good
Exactly.
artist.
Great show last
Both
week
of y'all.
too.
Yeah.
Get your popcorn ready.
Yeah.
Get
And
your
then
popcorn
this is
ready.
just a way, through skateboarding, to give back and try to
Help
better the world.
community.
Yeah.
Awesome,
So
awesome, man.
yeah, I'll tell you, I haven't bought a water bottle and since I got it's been like
I love it.
close. Maybe I bought one in the last year or so.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
but
That's something big in the skate
Yeah.
community.
so it's becoming. We want to help change the perception of skating and also the way we treat the planet.
Yeah.
And then we have a foundation called the Do Well Project that when we raise enough money, we want to build wells in countries that don't have water.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
You slaying the world.
Exactly. boy.
Manny
You
slays
stay
the world.
slaying, dog.
I'm gonna have to bring it back, change everything back to Manny Slays well.
Manny, stay slaying.
But no, hey, I appreciate you coming out though, man. Good luck with the Olympics, dog.
Yeah,
Hey,
thank
you
you.
gotta see it, to believe it. So
Yeah.
you just go get it.
Before
man.
we go, we got to do the social status.
Oh,
segment.
we didn't do a
Yeah,
social.
we gotta do
That's
this.
right. So
We
you
have-
are big on social media.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I
And
got a little
we
something.
always have a segment called the social status segment, and we want to hear a story, good or bad.
Yeah.
But somebody like sliding into your DMs or some type of
What type of reaction that you had with the fan? Where you had
Interaction
either
with the fan
a
or
negative or a positive reaction to.
Yeah.
It could be something like I said. Somebody could be, giving you kudos, or it
Say
could
you
be
was
somebody-
trash. Somebody was hating on
like,
you.
Like, dude, why you wearing?
Why you got green hair?
Highlighter.
Why you got
green
green hair?
You're not even that good.
Why haven't you fixed your tooth? Then?
Yeah, that type
There
of
you
stuff.
go,
You know what I mean?
yeah. But you went back at him though.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I get a lot of love mostly, and I dislike hate.
Right.
So when
you
people
keep it
hate,
positive.
so when people hate on me, it's either like very positive or I really go in. Honestly, I don't have I wish I had like something super juicy so I
No,
could.
that's
Like,
all. Yeah, you don't have to be.
Good.
It could be positive.
It could be
negative.
positive.
Yeah.
Something was like, yo, I appreciate that from a fan you didn't know, or maybe they put
Because
on.
typically, like I said, for somebody of your stature or what have you,
yeah.
there's always going to be that fan engagement. There's going to be somebody that's going to be an idiot that's going to say something, popping off at
Yeah.
the mouth or behind the keyboard.
Yeah.
and then you
I mean, there's
react
always
to it.
yeah, there's
And
always
then, but
somebody.
then again, there are a lot of you
Yeah.
have a lot of fans
Yeah.
across the globe that
Yeah.
could do say positive
Yeah.
things.
I
And
mean,
you're-
for the most part, I put when people get out of line, I put them in their place pretty heavily, and sometimes I'll even block them because I don't even want to see that.
Okay.
Right.
How many people have you blocked?
I think
the
I have
last
like
5 years.
I think I have like 20 people blocked.
Really? That's a
Yeah.
lot. That's a lot of
Yeah.
hate.
Yeah, it's just, but they're like, it's like dumb stuff,
Yeah,
right? Like
right.
racist stuff or like
Yeah.
nothing like too crazy. But
nothing you want to really waste your energy on.
exactly.
Right.
Especially you got, like it sounds like to me you want to spread love, you want
Yeah,
to spread
love.
positivity.
Yeah. This one time, I had went through some anxiety, like mental illness things. It just came. It was weird because I'm very positive, very outgoing, very energetic person, and it had hit me somehow
but you're human. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Is like
Yeah.
fans, they don't know. Like we're human,
You go
just
through it.
like they
Yeah,
are. Like we
facts.
go through. Daily
Emotions.
issues,
Downs,
ups
yeah.
and downs. We have family problems. You got
Yeah.
baby mama, you may
Yeah.
have baby daddy stuff like going on.
Lawyer
Like they don't,
fees and-
girlfriends,
Yeah,
side
yeah,
pieces,
yeah,
whatever
yeah.
your situation is. You know what I mean?
Let him go, Theo. Let him go.
You might have a side piece and a side piece. You know what I mean? And the side piece might be getting mad
At the side piece.
At the side piece. And then she just don't know she's a side piece. So why you get mad?
You just
when you the side
told
piece from the
on
beginning.
yourself.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why he ain't got no kids, because he always have side pieces.
Wow. You see what I'm
Can we get
saying?
you in trouble?
We gonna edit that out.
Yeah.
We gonna edit that out.
That's not what it is.
I'm executive producer. We putting that in there. No, I'm just kidding.
But I fought through what was happening, and it was a very scary place. I never understood it. I always used to see people and be like they're down, upset, whatever. I was that guy like, oh, cheer up, the sun's out, things are good, right. And I never understood it was way deeper than that. So after I battled it, thanks to my girlfriend now, shout out to Gawa, she's watching. Her parents are a big fan.
Appreciate it. That's what's up.
She helped me get through it. She took on all my weight, right? And then so one night I was up, and this random person, bloop, like pops up, and I try to reply to every single person, right? So I'm like sitting there and I'm talking to them. It's like some young girl, and she's like, hey, like I'm going through this stuff because I've been writing about like what I went through, right? Like letting people know, like, look, it's okay to admit it, to tell people, like it's okay to express yourself. And she had wrote like, yeah, like I don't know what to do with myself, and like I'm going crazy, like like kind of suicidal. And I like stayed up for like 2 hours, like just feeding nothing but like she would come back with negative, and I'm like no, I'm like no, and then until the end when she was like, thank you so much, I appreciated like everything that you do, like you've changed my perspective, and I'm gonna work through this. And I was like, I felt good about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And another time was when this is my favorite. This happened a bunch. When I'll just go on a rant. I go like on a week positive rant, like like I just posted something today, like you're not too old. It's never too late. Like a little thing I put on Instagram, right? And you just see all the comments come in. But that happens when skaters, when they hit a certain age, they quit skating. And then they become depressed, anxiety kicks in, overweight, physical, everything literally, when a skater stops skating, they lose their meditation state. They lose their happiness, their happy place. And when I go on these rants, then they start skating again, and I'll start getting messages like, bro, like I started skating again, like thank you, like keep up the good work. You like saved my life. You gave me new energy, and
Right. That's awesome.
nothing makes me happier than those messages. When I that. The hate, they could save it. They could shove it.
We don't even.
And I don't got no crazy juicy girl ones either, because
What you're doing
even if I
is-
did, I'd get in trouble.
You're,
But I don't.
you're inspiring. You're,
awesome, man.
you're making an
That's
impact
Yeah.
on and
Positive
off
impact.
the
Yeah.
skateboard. So
Yeah.
which is good, man.
Yeah, just trying to be the best version of myself I could be.
Absolutely.
That's
And
all you
you're
gotta
doing-
do,
you're doing
man.
a great job of that,
Yeah.
man.
Keep doing your thing, young fella.
We
Yeah.
appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah,
Thanks
thank
for
you so
sharing
much.
your
The
story,
pleasure's
man.
all mine.
Oh man, my pleasure,
Yeah.
brother. We appreciate you, man. Manny Santiago up here. Get your popcorn ready. Holla at your boy.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much. Really
You got
appreciate
anything?
it.
You got
Positive,
anything
man.
coming up that you want to promote? You want to shout out like any
Anything?
tournaments that you want to invite some people to?
Yeah.
You definitely have.
Huh? Oh, yeah. You guys should come out, actually.
Yeah, just
Okay, what you
Wait,
got? What you
question.
got?
You like Vegas? You love Vegas. You
Yeah,
have
I've
to
been
love
to Vegas. Who doesn't love Vegas? At least for a couple of days, anyway.
He's a
At
Vegas.
least-
Let me ask-
I
let me
like
ask you-
At least for the
Vegas.
Let me
weekend.
ask you.
He loves Vegas.
Let me ask you
I don't
something. Does he
love
like
Vegas.
Vegas?
He loves
I don't
Vegas.
love Vegas. I like Vegas. I like Vegas. I don't love it.
All right. So in Vegas next month, there is the Street League stop, the first Street League stop
right.
of the second season
For the get to the Olympics.
to get to the Olympics,
Okay.
and it'll be in Vegas. The date
Amazing.
is
Yeah, give us
What
the
is this
date
you
on-
said? Is this the SLS?
SLS, March 26th through the
Yeah, so you
28th.
don't know nothing about that. the
How'd
SLS.
you know
Yeah.
about that?
I
though? Could
skate,
you be in
man, 'cause I
Vegas?
skate, bro. I'm a skateboarder, dude, and I'm black.
What?
That's what I'm saying, dog. And I'm
You
black.
don't dare to text him like, yo, SLS.
SLS, dude. Come
SLS
on, bro.
Vegas 26, 28.
Bam.
Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah,
So,
what you know.
Okay.
Yeah, Street League Vegas, the 26th, 28th of March.
Nice.
Come out. It'd be sick. We'll get you guys on the floor. Yeah, and the project that we're doing, I didn't know if I could release the name because it's all.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
go
the
ahead.
the project that we were talking about in the skate park that will have my name on it.
So the
right?
loop
the loop.
by
Manny slays
Santiago.
all.
Boom.
No,
All that.
not slaying all. Unless he wants that.
It might be.
The Loop by Manny Santiago.
Yeah. So it's going to be called The Loop, and we're going to be working on it. It's going to be sick. So when it's done, yeah. So it's for people like go vacation, and if you want to surf and you want to skate, right? Now that I know you skate.
First of all, I'm not surfing. I am black. I am.
You don't like water, right?
In the water. Black people don't get in the water.
Where no sharks, potential sharks to bite me or eat me.
Yeah, well, look, black don't crack. Black don't crack. So I think you'll be all right.
No. I'm not getting in no water.
Nah, yeah, black folks.
That's
don't
two
get in the
things
water.
we don't do as blacks. That's ski and surf. Ski and surf.
Well, it's
You know what's
it's
funny?
any water activity.
What's funny is I was thinking about that the other day. One other black friend of mine made a joke, and I'm like, man, it's kind of true. Like I ain't never seen a black surfer, right?
Nah, you ain't gonna see that.
The
You know
closest-
why?
the-
Because we're smart. And first of all, we as black people, we excel with our feet on the ground.
Facts. I mean, yes.
And then just the potential, like you can research this. How many black people do you know? You can research it, that has gotten eaten or bitten or killed by a shark.
0, because they ain't in the water.
Cause we ain't finna get out there.
We ain't in
I
that
mean-
joint. Not gonna happen, Captain.
Not this one anyway.
I mean, there was in the 80s, 70s, 80s, Eddie Aikau, who was Hawaiian though,
Yeah,
but
don't count.
very dark. He was
Yeah,
like
he
you,
was-
dark,
oh, yeah.
right? And he was like one of the best big wave surfers in the world.
And he got bit by a shark.
Hell no, he actually saved over 500 people at Waimea Bay.
wow.
Back then,
wow.
would swim out during the big swells, save people,
And bring him back.
and bring them back or helicopter them out. He never lost one person.
wow.
Shout out to him.
wow.
Rest in peace. He actually died in the water,
Trying to save somebody.
trying to save a boat. A boat full of people.
A person wasn't good
Really?
enough.
A boat
He
full of
wanna go-
people. Yeah. So they were trying to
This
to
is
go.
a good movie right here.
Yeah. Hopefully they make it into a movie because he's legendary in the surf world. He's like everybody knows him.
Oh my gosh.
They try to take like a traditional.
This is like when good goes bad.
Yeah. They try to take a traditional like ship. Like like what you would see in Moana, right? Polynesian boat. From one island to the next. And they went out it just happened they went out on the wrong day, but they had scheduled it,
waters,
so
rough seas.
rough water, yeah. They made it out pretty far. The boat tipped.
Yeah.
And since they didn't have anything, navigation, engine,
back-
nothing,
right,
right?
right.
He actually had his board on board, which is funny to say.
Right.
And then he was like, I got you guys. I'm gonna swim all the way back, paddle all the way back, get help, and then come get you guys. And then a helicopter came like, I want to say something like 12 hours later, saved everyone, and he was just ghost.
Wow. So does anybody know what happened to him?
No.
So
But
it
was
could have
fun-
been a shark. It could have drowned. Nobody.
Yeah, no one knows. But what's crazy is when the helicopter was going, so because I'm reading the book and I watched the documentary, it's actually really good. It's on 30 for 30.
Really?
Yeah, Eddie
And
Aikau.
what's his name again?
Eddie Aikau.
Eddie Aikau. We
Yeah.
gotta look into.
He's dope.
that book.
He's super dope. And when the helicopter was going, they saw like what would be like a surfboard, but they were going straight to the boat.
Right.
And when they went back in that area,
There was
his surfboard never even turned up anywhere. Like it wasn't like offshore on a different island. Like
So they've
no,
never found.
It just
the board.
disappeared.
That's
Wow.
that's some alien stuff, dog.
Yeah,
Don't even get
facts.
me started on the
Yeah,
alien
I
stuff.
believe in that.
Manny Santiago, and get your popcorn ready.
That's right, baby.
You know what I really enjoyed that, hearing. It's refreshing to hear because we're thinking skateboarders with their feet and, maybe their core, but he trains like a professional athlete.
Yeah, I wouldn't think that they do a lot of training.
Right.
I just feel like, they just jump on a skateboard. They know they're kind of gifted.
The wheels do the work.
Right, and they just do the tricks.
Right. But no, he's like he's training, running, a lot of boxing training. He said that's real interesting from the point of view from a skateboarder.
And watching him and just listening to him talk, he almost has like a boxer sort of like mentality.
Yeah,
He has
boxer
a
swag.
boxer, yeah, like a boxer frame too, to be honest.
Yeah, could be a short, Manny Pacquiao-ish.
Right, yeah. And then just with the green hair.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Just kind of flamboyant.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem to be cocky. Very,
No, just
very
confident.
confident.
Yep.
Yeah.
Confident
like
guy.
myself. You know what I mean? I'm gonna bring it.
No,
Always,
you're
bring it
you're
back
cocky
to myself.
and arrogant.
No, I'm not.
If you just said you bring it back to yourself, that's
Exactly,
a cocky
that's-
and arrogant statement.
No, that's me being confident in who I am. It just depends on how you interpret what I said. You may not like me, so you're gonna see that as me being arrogant.
Yeah.
But that says a lot about you.
No, I
That's
didn't
a lot
say
of
me.
hate.
There's
a lot of hate coming
no
through that
hate in
microphone
there's
over
no
there,
hate
dog.
in my blood, brother.
You know what I mean?
You know
And
what I mean?
I'm very confident. You know what I mean?
You have to be confident with a face like yours. So
that just only makes me that
thing-
much more marketable. Confidence with a marketable face. You know what I mean? Come on, y'all. Like, I mean, I don't even know why I should have already graced the GQ magazine a few times. You know what I mean?
Definitely not. You know what you're gonna put you on? We're gonna put you on. There's a Babies R Us magazine. I'm gonna put you on there holding like 10 kids. That's what I'm gonna do.
You know what I'm gonna put your face on? On a bag of puppy chow. I'm gonna put your face on.
You know.
And that's the thing. I have kids. I'm proud of my kids.
I know you're proud of your
I'm
kids.
not
It's
even.
just a
I don't
funny
even
joke.
have the
I love
most
it.
kids. You know.
Touche. We got to have Crow on here so we can really have like.
Oh my God! No, I'm not gonna go there. I'm gonna let you do all of that.
We got to have Crow on. But another thing I enjoyed talking about when you were talking about, like I said, how he lives with his.
That's
right?
that's my thing.
That was foreign to you, right?
What that was very interesting. What I learned about him, that when he goes visit his son in Oregon, that he stays with his son's mom, and the stepdad.
Yeah, all in one house, one family. That's foreign.
That
blew your mind.
Blew my mind. I'm like, really? Wow, we must be really getting somewhere in the world. Like
that's good because again, it sounds like a healthy, blended family, which is great to hear. You know, it's not normal to hear.
Well, that's definitely
it's
well
definitely
beyond the
great to hear.
co-parenting that I'm accustomed to.
Yeah, we don't want to get into that. No.
Right, yeah. I think the other thing too, with this 3 and out, you said yours, I said mine.
Mm-hmm.
Mine was the whole co-parent, going beyond the co-parenting.
Mm-hmm.
You said the workout. Me is, I guess, what surprised me is this, he's on a strict, that's his new part of his nutrition is being his way of lifestyle.
Yeah,
is just,
lifestyle
is vegan.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
But a
think
serious vegan.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't think that would. I guess he would incorporate that to obviously, I guess, to his level of success.
Right. But that's kind of what he said. Like back in the day, you'd have your smokers and all that, but they found their careers ending sooner, and they didn't have the longevity in the sport because they were smoking, drinking, and skating.
Right.
And he's like, now, I want longevity, so he's going to take care of his body, mind, and soul in order to have that longevity. So.
Yeah, I just picture him at a park, like you said.
Right. Posted up.
Eating hamburgers, French fries, soda, whatever the case may be. Especially if you're smoking weed or whatever, you definitely gonna have the munchies.
Yeah.
You definitely gonna have the munchies.
Yeah. Hey, I'm like I said, props to him. He said stay clean, he works out, he eats, and his lifestyle is like a true Olympic athlete.
Right.
Which is I think like I said, he's gonna make it to the Olympics, and I look forward to watching him in the 2020 Olympics. Even he's representing Puerto Rico, but again, I'll be rooting for him for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So all the best to you, Manny.
Yep. Go get it, Manny.
Yep. See you in the 2020 Olympics.
Yeet. Get your popcorn ready. #GPR. Yeet.
Yep.
Subscribe.
To get your popcorn ready on the Himalaya app or wherever you get your podcasts.